everyone, thanks for joining us. It's a beautiful Monday morning here right again in the city of Ibadan. It's reviewed on the streets where we collect the views of the bystanders regarding some of the top stories making the headlines. This morning we're ready to take you on a ride through the front page of the newspaper. I am a regular Hanko Yekin Abidemi. With me this morning is the Nation newspaper and the Nigerian Tribune. I'll be starting with the Nation newspaper, and the screaming headline on the front page of the Nation newspaper says, government considers pensions for MKO's next of kin, King Gibe. This democracy not what Abiola died for, says son Kola. Check page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Ndume with 800 billion extra votes, no excuse for military. For more details, you can read more on page 7 of the Nation newspaper. Woman sells 2 daughters for 300,000. Suspected head in Ogun. For details, page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Forest reserves its 4-year low. That's on business scene. Read more on pages 13 and 20 of the Nation newspaper. G7 Hockey $650 billion loan for IMF, that's International Monetary Fund, to end COVID-19. You can read more on that on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Nigerian seeks urgent unctions on electricity crisis. For details, read on page 2 and 3, pages 2 and 3 of the Nation newspaper. Government kill policemen in attack on station. Details on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And on to the next one is the Nigerian Tribune. And the screaming headlines on the Nigerian Tribune says, food prices soar, push more Nigerians into poverty. Farmer in Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto blame banditry, kidnapping. FG speaks on recovery plans. For details, you can read on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Nigerians and the burden of 33 trillion debts. For more details, you can read more on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Bandit abducts 8 family members in Zaria. Details on page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. Convoke Sovereign National Conference. Decentralized police. Anglican Church tells federal government. Details on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. 800 billion supplementary budget. Our army has no excuse not to defeat insurgency. That's coming from Ndume. On page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Amnesty International, SIRAP, 69 others, CSOs, ask Buhari to reverse ban on Twitter. Wants UN, that's United Nations, and the African Union, that is AU, to pressure federal government. Details on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. We move on to the next segment of the program where we'll be engaging the bystanders as they do justice to some of these selected screaming headlines on the front page of the newspaper. Kola Abiola made a statement. He said, the democracy we have, the retained democracy we have on ground, is not the democracy his father died for. You agree with me that MK Abiola, what he projected and the kind of democracy he emphasized is a democracy that houses egalitarian society where all inclusive government, everyone has says, equality, it's all balanced. So now, what is your take as regards this statement? Do you think truly the current democracy is not speaking, right, the original belief of MK Abiola?
Thank you. Actually, the democracy we fought for, mine, I have to include my own. The democracy we fought for is not the democracy we are practicing at all. Because this is a democracy that even that you cannot, because how can we be practicing democracy that people cannot raise their voice? People cannot raise their views. Last Saturday, they said it is Democracy Day, June 12th, and you are clamoring on people. People have to stay at home. That means they are not happy. This is not a democracy. This is autocracy. Because we are not having a listening president. We are not having any politician at all. So the democracy that we fought for, that culminate in what these people are enjoying today, is not the democracy that we fought for. It's totally wrong. We are not practicing democracy at all. At all. People are dying every day. There's insecurity everywhere. Economic insecurity, physical insecurity. Every day, people are dying and nobody is talking. And if you even listen to the speech of the president on Saturday, he don't even mention the problem Nigeria is having. You are talking to us about the gain your government has gained. You are telling us the development your government has made, and whereas what the first responsibility of the government is the insecurity of life and property. Any government that cannot protect its citizens is not a government at all.
But we saw in Dume, we saw a statement here on the Nation newspaper at the front page where Dume said with 800 billion extra votes, no excuse for military. So it appears that the federal government just released a huge sum of 800 billion extra votes into security, right? Do you think the government is not doing enough? Are you seeing this as a kind of lapses, right? Or seeing the military not doing enough? Is it from the part of the government this time around, or the part of the military? Looking at the huge sum amount of money the federal government injected recently.
Really? You may be looking at the huge sum of money. Actually, how much will it reach the military? They said they released 800 billion. Are you sure that just deceiving ourselves in this country? The military cannot speak up. Because actually, I was listening to a senior citizen, a son, Olanipekun. He said that the constitution we are even running is 40. Like he said that preamble to our constitution, he said, we the people of Nigeria. Who is we? We the people of Nigeria. Who is we? And I have to check other country constitutions. And I saw the preamble, like Rwanda. They said, we the people of Rwanda that have been having unworthy leaders before that lead to genocide and killing of 2 million people, that we have come together to form so. But we just in the constitution, we the people of Nigeria. Who is we? Who is we? Totally 40. So by releasing, let me tell you one thing. Even the reason we are having, the reason this government, this country is not making headway, is because of the constitution and the kind of government we are running. Because everything is centralized, is in the government, is in the hand of the federal government. So if they say they release over 800 billion to the military, how much of the money we get to even get to the military?
Okay, talking about the overwhelming power, right, at the central government, are you advocating for devolution of power?
Yeah, definitely. Let me tell you one thing. If we can restructure in this country, all these people agitating for Biafra state, Odua state, nothing will come out again if we restructure. Because what the people are clamoring for is that they want the power to be within in their own hands. They want to determine their own fate, how they will govern, how everything will be. They want to determine, not that someone can just sit at Abuja and be determining what is going on in Gege, which is not possible unless we are just, because at times when you look at it, you want to cry. Because how can an IGP in Abuja be saying that Igege, you are safe at Igege? Did you even know Igege? You know. So definitely we are running a fraudulent government. A fraudulent government with this constitution we are having is a total fraudulent government. Which that immediately we have to restructure. Immediately we restructure. That's why people are clamoring for restructure. Let me be the man of my house. I'm the head of the family. Let me know how to take care of my family. Not someone that don't even know me will be saying that I will take care of your family for you. That's the fraudulent government we are running at present. So it is better we restructure this country so that everything will go and be improper. Because if not, we don't restructure, we are only sitting on the keg of gunpowder.
No, raised an eyebrow as regards some of his statements in that speech. What do you think is wrong with his speech? Right? Do you think the president should have done more than what he did?
Actually, first of all, that speech is a complete rubbish. If you read the speech, I read it online. If you read the speech, Mr. President does not even enumerate Nigerian problem. You are telling us the gain your government has made. You are not telling us the present situation we are. You now even mention the problem we are facing. This has nothing. It was not. The soup does not contain anything. It's just like you cook soup without salt, without oil, and you cook. Because there's a lot is missing from that speech. It's a complete nonsense speech because you are not enumerating the problem we are facing in this country. You are only telling us about the gain your government. What is the gain the government is making? It's gaining. Each other. It's a dangerous trend. We are not trusting each other again. It's a dangerous trend. So we need to turn. Let's go back to the region we are practicing before and let's see what will happen. And I know that if we structure, Nigeria will be better for it. But if it's decided not to do otherwise, I know the country.
So you advocate restructuring, not secession.
I advocate for restructuring. We only need restructuring.
Democracy tan lo. Abiola, òǹgbẹ democracy ló pariwo títí àṣìlúbẹ̀ election rẹ̀ bó ṣe lọ nígbà náà. Ṣùgbọ́n Kọ́lá Abiola ní pé democracy dọwọ́ ìyó kò ń ṣerú democracy tí bàbá òun tó jà fún tó kú lé lórí. Kí lè ro tiyín?
Èrò tèmi ni wípé àmọ́ kan nínú kérúbà sẹ́ráfù pé ìpìlẹ̀ tí Jésù fi lélẹ̀ lèyí tí bàbá aládùá ń tọ̀ kẹ́dà má ṣe rò pé ó yẹ kúrò níbẹ̀. Sẹ́rí ètò nìkan fi lélẹ̀ ẹja rántí pé tó bá lọ tán ayé ò yí padà kò sí báyìí ò ṣe ní yí padà torí wípé ìlànà tó fi lélẹ̀ ṣé báyìí ni èyí ṣe rí ńgbà kan ṣé báyìí ló ṣe rí ńgbà Abíọ́lá ṣé báyìí ló ṣe rí ńgbà Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá wù dáadáa a ó rí wípé ayé ti dorí kodò àkọ́kọ́ náà democracy ìgbòmìnira kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn òyìnbó ìní gbogbo tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n lónìí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló dé wípé àwọn tá a kó jọ wọn ò ṣe ti ìlú mọ́ bí ó ṣe wípé tàpọ̀ ara wọn mọ́ ń dùn Ọlọ́run ni kó ṣàánú wa ṣé ẹ rí àkọ́kọ́ náà ìgbà ìkẹyìn ti dé àwa àyànfẹ́ tá a wà lókè èpè ní ká múra àtẹ́ǹtà nípínlẹ̀ Èdó ọlágbára ni kì í ṣe pọ́ fẹ́ lágbára ṣé ẹ rí àwọn aláṣẹ wa ní kọ́lọ́wọ́ dákun kó wọnú wọn torí pé kàkà kí wọn àti fẹ́ dìbò wàhálà ni tó ọ̀bà tí ì lọ dìbò wọn ò tí ì kà ọ̀kún tó ọba tó dìbò tán ńgbà tí ẹ bá wọ́n yẹ̀ wọ́n tán kí wọ́n ṣe ń bẹ̀ tara mo wọ́n mọ̀ dùn wọ́n gbàgbé àwọn tí ṣé bá a ṣe dìbò ní ṣé ńgbà tá a lá dìbò ṣé ètò àsọpáṣe ni màá ṣe gbá màá ṣàwo màá ṣogóje màá ṣe kòkò bàbá ṣáàṣò èdè wọn tẹ̀lé mọ́ àdéhùn sì ní n tó ṣe kókó ni tó yẹ kéèyàn ò mójútó gidi torí wípé tá a bá mójútó kọ́lọ́ dákun kó gbàkóso orílẹ̀-èdè ayé ni ẹ rí i pé mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wípé ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run òpin ayé ti dé torí wípé a lè sọ wípé ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ẹ ti ń gbàṣẹ mọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn àti ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run àtàfà èmi nínú ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run lèmi àìmí bishop doctor ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀tọ́ pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbé lọ lónìí ìgbẹ́tẹ̀lé mọ́ so ìdí ọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn kọ́lọ́ dákun kó gbàkóso lórílẹ̀‐èdè ayé.
Food and poverty level in this country. Sir, what do you think the government can do to ameliorate or reduce the levels of scarcity of food and poverty in the country?
There's much to do if they are willing. If the government is willing, If they're not going to show, tribalism and the other things, there is many ways to do it. If they,
like what?
They can boost the agriculture. For an example, if they can give all the local government machineries, like say 12 tractors, each local government in the whole federation, it will at least boost the agriculture sector.
No, the issue of insecurity. No, this morning we heard Ndume saying that with 800 billion extra votes, no excuse for military. Looking at this money, injecting a huge amount of huge sum of money into security, like to get necessary equipment, right? Modern equipment to fight insurgency, right? Looking at what he said, do you think there is any excuse at all for the military, right, not to defeat insurgency in this country?
If the military want to fight it, then we fight it. But the truth is that the truth of the matter is that there is a corruption inside this our insecurity. That is number one. Number two is that the insecurity people must do more. They are not doing enough to tackle this insecurity in the country. That's it.
Thank you very much, sir. This is why we'll be drawing the curtains on today's program, Reveal on the Streets. Tonight's time will be coming on your screen. I am your regular anchor, Yekin Abidemi. And my cameraman, Akintola Ibrahim. Stay blessed.